Alright folks, and we're back for some more Magic Farm 2. I'm continuing to work on Thaumcraft. Have I mentioned how much I love these boots? Being able to jump higher and move faster and walk over single blocks without having to jump. Love them. Anyway, yeah, here's a really important one that you're going to want pretty early on, and honestly I should have probably focused on this earlier. Uh, you never know what you're going to get when you research, but if you kind of know what you're looking for, you can try to get to the right areas, right? So early on I got research expertise, and now we're going to work on research mastery. And I said I'd do a couple of the more complex ones on screen. This one's it's not super complex, but it's getting up there. So what does research expertise do? We've already got this one. I already know how to do it. Um, so it makes our research more efficient. There's these red herrings, and if you click on a red herring, some of the extra runes get removed from the research paper. So this increases it, I think, from 2 to 3, and you're also able to move runes 3 positions instead of the 2 that you start with, right? So mastery is probably going to continue that, right? It's going to let us move runes further, it's going to let us remove more of the red herrings, and it's going to actually do one more important thing for us. It's going to let us move runes while they're active. So I just did the cognitio research because I know that's part of it, because again I've done this before and I'm telling you now. So this is going to be a spoiler, I guess, if you want to figure this all out on your own, but if you wanted to do that you probably wouldn't be watching this. At any rate, so if you don't want to see how to do the research mastery research, then go ahead and maybe I'll post how long this takes, but go ahead and skip forward a couple of minutes here, and you can find you can go to the end of this. So the first thing I'm going to do, because there's a lot of extra stuff on here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these I've got lots of extra aspects of. I got 80 water and 90 arbor. There we go. Perfect. So arbor is a red herring for this particular research. I don't know if that's consistent for all research masteries or just this specific one. But basically, here, let me turn on the cognitio. Okay, so these little guys, oh, 4 per. Oh, that's another thing I was going to say. If you take a look at this, you got to go all the way down here, all the way over here, all the way up there, and all the way back there. That's going to take a lot of runes. And sometimes you only get 1 or 2 runes per uh, aspect. But I happen to know this one you get quite a few, so I kind of figured it'd be okay. I didn't realize it was 4. But yeah, so we're going to get 4 per aspect, and there's at least 3 aspects in here. So 1 here, 2 here, 2 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8. So I really only need 2 aspects because I get 4 each. But at any rate, so we know cognitio is these little F runes, and there's a couple of others that are part of the solution, and then there are a bunch out here that are not part of the solution. And I did this on a different one, but just to do it again, if I click on arbor and I hit the green arrow, since it's a red herring, it's not going to light up anything, but what it's going to do is it's going to remove some of the runes that aren't part of the solution. So let me click that and do it again. If you watch, you'll notice up to 3 of them disappear each time. So there are a couple more left. Okay, so I think that's it. I don't think any moved that time. Yeah. So that's all the tree red herrings, but there could be other red herrings. Aha, fire, and I've got lots of fire. So let's remove a few more. And this is just making it easier so I don't have to move as many runes around and spend as much ink. Every time you move a rune, you use up one of your quote-unquote durability, but some of your ink on your scribing tools. Alright, so I got rid of a couple of them. Oh yeah, I got tons of metallum. No. Got a good amount of ordo. Good amount of perdito. Lots of earth. Yeah, okay. So I think there's usually like 3 or so red herrings. So there may not be another one, but you know, it doesn't hurt to try a few of these and see, you know, the ones that you've got lots of that you're not going to use up. Spirit isn't used in much. Okay. So what did we say that this research does? It lets us move things further. So it seems pretty reasonable that there would be some modus in it, right? Do I have any modus? Did I miss it? I'm not seeing any modus right now. Okay, well, let's create some modus. Let me go to my master list here. And it tells me that modus is air and order. Good. I got lots of air and I got lots of order. Whoops. So we'll click air and we'll click or order and air and we'll add that. Okay, so I got one research point for modus. There it is. I had totally run out of it. Well, I've got lots of these, and modus is in a few different things, so let's get a dozen or so, maybe 15. Okay, so obviously I've used that all up once already, and I'll use it up again. So it makes sense, you know, we're going to be able to move things, move the runes further, so modus should be in here, right? Yes, of course it is. Okay, so modus is the lighter white one, and cognitio is the pinky one, more pink like the brain symbol there. So that's all I really need. That's enough runes. But I happen to know there's one more in here. And let me go back to that. Yes. Well, I think this is still the case. Oh, I only have 2 senses. Well, let's turn that on. Bam. Okay, so now you can see one problem. I mean, obviously we're just figuring out where things are right now, but you can see that sometimes the line will go where you don't want it to go, right? So we're going to have to move the runes or put things in the way to block or whatever. But obviously what we want is the line to come from here, down, over, up, and then back to the left. Because this is a much larger distance than this, right? So you can either skip this, or you can skip this. And obviously we want to skip that one. Okay, so now, like I said before, this is the point where I would suggest taking a screenshot. Windows 7 has a snipping tool. You can get free screenshot tools, you know, just Google it and you'll be able to get those. Because as soon as you start turning these runes off, you're going to forget, well, which one was modus and which one was census and, you know, etc. Alright, so none of these census are really somewhere useful. And they're not really anywhere that's going to get in the way. And I've only got one census, so let's just leave that out of the equation. And we can come back and make more census if we need to. But let's start with the modus and the cognito. So I'm going to want one right here, and I'm going to want 2 here. So let's say we'll take this guy and move him down, take this guy, move him over here, move that guy up, and move this guy up. And then is this going to take 3? 1, 2, 3, right? So I'm going to need 3 there, and so down, down, up. These, oh, okay, so I need 1 more for here, and then these 3 can all move up to here. Okay, so I can bring this one over to here. So I kind of try to plan it out in my mind before I start moving stuff all over the place. And clear a bit of a path here. So we're going to want to go like this, up there, and over there. So the path's not too bad because we've already done the red herring and got rid of a bunch of them. That's going to have to come out of the way, and so is that. Alright, so let me turn off modus, and the lighter white ones, the downward F guys, get turned off. So that'll work for there. And now suddenly I'm going, wait, where's the other little downward F guy? Well, that's why I have my screenshot. So I take a look. Yep, it's this one right here. We're going to move him into place. That'll actually work right there. And let's not forget this one way over and kind of off to the side. We wanted to grab him and go way up here with this guy. And I'm going to keep it on the right. First of all, it's on the right already, and second of all, it will help keep us from interfering from here to here once we put runes around that. So this is gonna, actually I need one more here, don't I? Yes. Yes, yes, of course. So that's gonna take 3. No, I may have to move census after all. Alright. Is there one more modus? No. One here. Yeah. Little down F guy here. Okay, one there, one there. I brought this one up. Oh yeah, here. There's one right here. Okay, good. So that'll take care of that. We'll go over here, up and over. And then we can turn modus back on now, just for fun. See, we got that far. Did I forget? Oh no, this is cognito. I gotta move that up, right. So now we gotta turn off cognitio. Move him up here. And we're gonna have to get up further up here. And is this one? Yeah, this one. And this guy. Okay, so that should go up, down, through there, and through there. Alright, I think that should do it. There is one potential problem here. I don't know if you see it, but when this connects through here, it could decide to turn and go to this rune, because that's in range, and that would screw us up. But we'll see if it does or not. If it does, all we have to do is move one of these runes in between and break that path. So let's turn on Cognitio. Ah, there. I don't know if it's because that one's closer or if it's just random. I'm not sure, but it did go the right direction, and I ended up not needing any of the census runes. And now we have Research Mastery. Let's check that out. Research Mastery. Power is knowledge? Power is knowledge. Interesting. Backwards, kind of. Okay, so now if I get red herrings, we can get 4 off per red herring instead of 3. I can now move 4 positions instead of 3. And we're now able to move a single position even when the runes are active. Now that's not super useful because they end up turning off anyway sometimes. Let me do one of these I actually know. How about, sure, silver wand caps. So they might turn off anyway, and it might be, oh, that's a terrible one. I don't know why I kept that. So I'll probably make another one of these, because this you would have to go here, up to the left, and to the right, then down to the, yeah, it's kind of ugly. Now, there might be enough, oops, there might be enough aspects to do it, but it's probably easier if we do it with a different one. Let's just take a quick look. What's the one we know? Oh, metal. So we know metal's in it, and we've got 276 metal, so I can burn a piece of metal. So actually you get 3, but you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, that's not as bad as I was thinking. Yeah, we can do that. So let me do one more and we can see what the Research Mastery did for us. Okay, so silver wand caps. You know, again, you can sort of figure these out, or you can end up guessing a lot the first time through. But I do have a big long list here. Let me find it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So again, we can try to get rid of some of the red herrings, like water, maybe fire. I think instrumentum is part of it, yes. Herba, there we go, there's a red herring. So now I should see, well, if there are 4 of them, I should see up to 4 disappear when I click on the herba. Oh, I think there was only like 2 herba red herrings, great. Beast, no. What else? Perdido, we've got lots of stone. Decent amount of order. Well, I'm not getting any other red herrings here, am I? Oh well. I think a lot of times the red herrings are things that sort of make sense but aren't quite right. but a lot of times I just guess at anything that I have a lot of points on. Like maybe Lucrum would make sense. Oh, Lucrum is part of it. Oh yeah, right, duh. Okay, so we're going to want to go from here, 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 over, and then all the way down there. Good deal. And half of our runes are way out of range. Now, the good news is I can now move 4 instead of 3. So if you click on one of these, where's one that can move along this? Here. No, that one's blocked too. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can move them 4. When they're deactivated, I can move them 4 instead of 3. The other thing is, while they're active, I can actually move them 1. And that can be helpful, like I said, but a lot of times it ends up turning off the rune and you just waste extra ink, so whatever, it's not that big a deal. Typically not all that helpful. Anyway, so I'm going to want to go through here and then up this way, which means I'm going to want to bring that one down here probably, and then straight up, well, maybe I'll bring that one here. Let's move that here so I can bring that like so. Need one here, and I got 4 of them all down in this corner, yay. Okay, let's get some of these out of the way. Lots and lots and lots of runes everywhere in the way. Uh-oh. Hey, wait, I can't move it anymore. So down in the right corner you see in the red, I've run out of ink. So my durability on my scribing tools is now 0. And let's finish this one off. I'll use my second scribing tool. Remember, if you keep scribing tool and paper in your backpack or in your inventory, then you have a chance of finding research notes while you scan items in the world. So that's why that was there. Alright, so I'm going to just get all this stuff out of the way, and then I'll show you we can refill these scribing tools. You don't have to craft a whole new one. Okay, so we've got Lucrum, which is all down here in this corner. We've got Instrumentum, and what's the last one again? Metallum. So all right here, Lucrum, Metallum. Okay. So I don't have a lot of Instrumentum. I prefer not to have to turn that on and off more than once. But what we're going to do is put one here. So I'll probably put Instrumentum here, Lucrum here. This guy's Metallum, I'll put him there. And then move this one up, move this one over. And let's put this Instrumentum right here, and that should work. Alright, so let's start off with Instrumentum. And I didn't take a screenshot this time, but I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I was going to put this one up here. As I say that, I'm going to totally forget, aren't I? Okay, we'll put that one there. And I hope that's enough. I screwed up? No. Alright, so one Lucrum here. And that's it for the Lucrum, right? And then I'll put a Metallum here. And these 2 Metallum here. Yeah. Okay, so one Lucrum. Just move that over and up one. Turn that back on. And Metallum is the little dot. Little guys with the dot on them. Yeah, the guys with the dot on them. 1, 2. And then where's the last one? Here it is. Like, it wasn't that far away. Okay, so now if I turn on Metallum, we should be... okay, so I've got a bit of a problem here. So let's... Yeah, okay, so it's going around in a circle instead of going through to here. If I move this to the left, I could either move this guy left, and I think that'll work because that's 45 degrees. Or I guess I can just show, since I can move this to the right one, and I think it'll block. Let's try that. Oh, okay, so it moved, but it did turn off. Again, there's a pretty good chance it's going to turn off every time. Okay, here we go. Well, that worked, but now we have another round this way. So for that, and I don't want to have these connect, so let's leave that there and move this guy here. Oh well, but now this is blocking this one. So if I move it up so it's 45 degrees. Yes. And it turned off again too, but let's turn it back on. There we go. Finally, through there, through, all the way around, and we've got the silver wand caps. So boy, that one turned out to be harder than the first one we did. So, alright, we don't really even need those, but I don't want to get that research again accidentally, because gold wand caps are better, and we don't have thaumium yet, but that's even better. I'll be working towards that soon. So, I think that is plenty of research for this episode. I'm going to take a break, probably go do a little more research off camera, and come up with something cool to build, craft, build, make, do in a little bit here. So I'll catch you later and see you in a minute and stuff. Hey, don't forget to cut that out because that sounded weird. Yeah. Okay. Bye. And welcome back. Boy, that research took a lot longer than I thought it did, so that's almost a good full episode right there. Couple real quick things here before we finish up. I forgot to show refilling these. So here's the scribing tools. Throw an ink sac in there and you get out a fully filled up scribing tool. And again, keep one of those and some paper in your pack and you will have a chance at getting research notes as you scan things in the world. The other thing I wanted to do was make some tallow to make some magic candles, because these also help to reduce the instability, and I've got more space down there, so let's do that. Alright, so to do this, oh yes, first I'm going to make some glass files. This doesn't take any aura or V or anything, so you can make this on a regular workbench if you want. But what I've done is I've cooked up some great wood logs, and we've got the magic over here, so we're going to grab that. And I guess I didn't really say it, but this is going to take 2 magic per rotten flesh. Alright. Vials have 8 magic in them each. So each of these is going to be 4 rotten flesh, and that will get us some tallow. And then we can make candles out of it and make pretty little things down below there. So magic, rotten flesh, tallow. Magic, rotten flesh, more tallow. Alright, cool. Do I have string? No. Grab a little bit of string out of here. Yeah, and I've been planting cotton outside. Can we see it? Yeah, right over there. I've been planting some cotton so I can get the string going. Of course, I've got some sheep. I've been shearing those from time to time as well, but figured a little cotton planting would not be bad. And again, we don't need any V. You could do this in a normal crafting table. Oh. Yeah, this is a bug I've seen before. Sometimes you can't shift click out, or if you do, it doesn't really shift click out. You have to kind of do one at a time. I don't know. Restart the server, or once I broke it and replaced it, and that seemed to help at least for a little while. What's that weird noise I hear? You guys hear it? No, rose. Let me get a couple of roses here. Let's see, that makes 2 dye, right? So let's do 2 of them. Oh, shoot. Well, 6 of them apparently. And what else do I got? I got yellow. No, I don't. I don't have any yellow flowers? Must be over here. I know I have yellow flowers. No. How odd. They're not. Oh, they're just flower. Okay. Now carefully. 1, 2. Silly me, I was expecting it to use up the flower, but of course it uses up the stuff in there. So that's 4, 6. We could leave some white. We could do blue. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just leave some white for now. So basically you can take these guys. You can leave them white. It doesn't matter. And you can dye them like that. Throw these in. You can dye them like that. The color doesn't actually matter. It's just if you want to make it look pretty or not. So So I'm not going to record all this, but what I am going to do is go down under here and put all these candles in. I may actually bring the skulls up here at some point and put crystal clusters down there, because you can, skulls are only like a half a block tall or less. So when you walk over them, you don't like, do this kind of thing all over the place. But the crystal clusters are a bit taller. Yeah, let's do one. I did have a lot of order shards, so let's do a quick crystal cluster. This is another thing we can do with any of the colors. And doesn't matter the color once again. So there's 1, 2. Now you are going to want them balanced, of course. So either we need to do a 4. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. So either we need to do 2 more, or we just leave it like this for now. So I'll go ahead and put these crystal clusters down too. They're pretty cool. They look, well, I think they break when you pick them up. So I'll put them down between episodes here, and then we can see them next time. So I think that's going to be it for now. Look at how tall I can jump. Yay! Love the boots. Love the boots so much. Alright, yeah. So if I can stop doing things here while I'm still on camera. A little netherwort. Netherwort's good too. I don't know if I'd said that before, but that has magic and herbs and real easy to farm, so a good way to get lots of magic there. Alright, so for real, that's it for now, and we'll be back next time. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks as always for watching.